8 incredible facts about Apple. The half-eaten apple. It represents one of the most iconic companies in the world, a company that made more than $1 billion per day in the first quarter of 2020. Today, we're talking about the tech giant Apple Inc. Here are 8 incredible facts about Apple. 1. You've probably heard of Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, the founding Steves of Apple. But Apple actually had a third co-founder, RONALD Wayne, who stuck around for just 12 days after the company's founding. He sold his 10% stake in the company back to Jobs and Woz for only $800 and got an additional payout of $1,500 a year later. A 10% stake in Apple would be worth around $150 billion today. RONALD Wayne has said that working with Jobs and Wozniak was like having a tiger by the tail. You can't hang on and you can't let go. Wayne later said he doesn't regret his decision because he knew the company would be a roller coaster ride and he would end up the richest man in the cemetery. 2. Apple's first computer, the Apple I, was actually a do-it-yourself kit that they sold for $666.66. Today, these computers sell for up to $900,000. Talk about a good investment. 3. In August of 2018, Apple became the first publicly traded company to reach a market value of over $1 trillion. Since then, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and the oil giant Aramco have all joined Apple in the 4 Club. Apple now has a market cap of over $1.7 trillion. Since Steve Jobs passed away in 2011, Apple's valuation has increased more than 4 times. 4. Apple was one of the first companies to make a digital color camera. In 1994, they released a camera called the QuickTake, which they launched along with Kodak. It looked like a pair of binoculars and could capture photos in 24-bit color. Unfortunately for Apple, this camera was not a huge success because of the poor quality of photos, and was discontinued when Steve Jobs returned to the company in 1997. 5. Every minute, Apple sells roughly 400 iPhones. Interestingly, Apple does not manufacture their displays themselves. Believe it or not, they rely on their competitors like Samsung and LG for these parts. Even the Retina displays are not made by Apple. 6. Apple is a cash cow. It makes approximately $500,000 every minute. In 2019, the company made $260 billion, of which more than $140 billion was from iPhone sales. If Apple were a country, they would rank 44th out of 195 by GDP, as their revenue is more than the GDP of 150 countries. 7. Here's another one about how rich Apple is. In 2011, Apple actually had $76 billion in cash, more than the US Treasury at the time, which only had $74 billion at the time. Today, Apple has over $200 billion in cash. 8. You might have heard that Steve Jobs was not an easy man to work for. Apparently, Steve Jobs once dropped a prototype of the original iPod into an aquarium to prove that it could be made even smaller, using the air bubbles to show that there was still empty space left in the device. Tell us your favorite Apple fact in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the facts, please like the video and subscribe for some more French Fry TV.